FBI Assistant Director James Kallstrom on both these developing stories. James, always good to have you. First off, on the Scalise situation and the shooter, and a few more details about the anger that was fomenting there. There's apparently very few ways to track that down ahead of time, but we do know that that was boiling for a long time. What do you think?
Yeah, it sure sounds like it. And you know, it's surprising to me that they didn't talk about motive at all, other than to mention that the guy had some, I guess, Facebook rantings about the GOP. But it seems like from press reports, it goes a little further than that.
You know, I want to switch gears, if you don't mind, James, in this incident in Michigan at the airport where an officer was stabbed in the neck. It was at first critical condition, now stable. But all points, signs point to someone who, obviously was extreme, shouted Allah Akbar. We keep seeing this playing out in different locales across the country, the world. Authorities are going to be speaking to the press very shortly on this, but this was at an airport. And this was with no warning. And there you go. That's what you know. That's what we have. What do you think?
Well, Neil, unfortunately, I think we're going to continue to see things like this. You know, the motive is sort of global. I mean, it's broadcast, over the internet and the public media. So there are going to be people that are conspiratorial, that react to this jihad, and there's going to be lone, lunatics that. I have no idea if this person at the Flint airport was by himself or not, but I think it's really irrelevant to a large extent, other than conspiracy usually involves things that are going to kill a lot more people than just one person, but that's not necessarily the case depending on what type of weapon they use. But, yeah, Neil, I think we're going to see more and more of this throughout the West.
You think about it, James, it said, talked about it on incidents that, on airlines, but now increasingly, if you think of the attack about a year and a half ago at an airport, you almost wonder where do you put up the defense shields? Where do you put up the security? Where do you separate the public and the screening to prevent harm to the public? But it does sort of twist around the old adage, we have our planes to worry about. No, sometimes it isn't even when you're near the plane.
I know, but Neil, I think we need to do a much better job, without changing, necessarily, not changing the Constitution, but, the Attorney General guidelines, the political correct training that is absent, the motive for this jihad. These are things that have to change, just like the Prime Minister of Great Britain said the other day. We have to do things differently. I mean, we've been just sitting back basically and taking this, and it's just a matter of time before something actually kills a lot of people. So I don't think, I'm not saying we need a police state, but we need to have a lot more sensibility about and good strategy, a lot of which President Trump wants to do, about vetting. Heretofore, we didn't have a clue who these people were, whether they were Sharia people, which is totally inconsistent with our Constitution, totally inconsistent with the
we got to do a lot more. We got to do a lot more of it. All right, thank you very much.
There's just a lot more things that have to be done, including getting the
more right after.